All right, we got a very special guest in studio. Anaitwa Ted. Ted, karibu sana Morning Vybez.
Thank you so much, Kwambox.
How are you feeling? Traffic iliku nini?
Mombasa Road ina change sana. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the progress. I love the city.
Kwa sababu naona billboard ingine ikikamapo.
Nyingi sana.
Umecheki ma opportunity.
Nyingi sana.
So yeah. Ted, we're going to start first, guys. Ted has the smoothest haircut in the building.
Ever.
Smoothest.
He looks like Donald Jones.
Bro, like no, he looks like
Joe.
DB Wood.
DB Wood?
You know a guy called DB. Yes, he looks like DB Wood.
You know Joe, the R&B guy as well?
I wanna know.
Okay. Yeah, Katio. DB Wood.
DB Wood. Anaitwa is an actor.
I've never heard of a guy called DB Wood. I tried to check.
Yeah,
there you
DB
go.
Woodside.
There you go.
Did I get it right? I got it right.
DB Wood's fresh, man.
Yeah, man.
He's fresh.
I know.
He's fine.
I've had that before.
Yeah.
Oh, you've gotten that, huh?
Yeah.
Na si ungekubali kabla nianze hapa kuGoogle.
Lazima ungemwonyesha.
All right. Karibu sana. It's so good to have you here.
Yeah.
And I want to know everything, Ted. Like when you were in school,
Yes.
did you ever think you would be putting billboards and bringing this awesome technology? Did you always want to work with AI?
Well, no, not exactly. But I've always known that I wanted to do something that people would love. And that's really just been what my journey has been about. Just to find something that people will just be like, wow, what's that about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's really just what my life has been about. Just and now I kind of now find my way in marketing. And now basically this is the actualization of that.
Actualization. So we're going to wheel it back a bit. You grew up in Nairobi,
Yes.
I'm assuming.
All my life.
All your life.
Yes.
Ulienda shule wapi?
Nimekuwa shule nyingi. I was in high school in Sunshine. My guys were Triple S.
So Langata tu. Watu hapa Langata.
Yeah, we are Langata guys. And then I was in University of Nairobi where I studied architecture. But I never finished that.
Wow.
What do you mean?
So you're an architecture dropout.
Did you drop out?
Yes, I dropped out.
Dude.
Then I moved to JQuet
Yeah.
where I studied marketing. However, I also dropped out of
Oh
that.
my God.
Oh my God. Dude, man. You never like education.
Yeah.
No, I loved it.
Yeah.
So what I learned in marketing
Yeah.
school is what marketing was really about.
Okay.
And then now I just literally went out into the field and started a business.
Yeah.
So actually it's because my business got so busy that I couldn't stay in school.
Yeah.
And then basically I left that aside and started a business.
So now,
that was 5 years ago.
Speaking of your business,
Yeah.
I think you should just give us like a background, Yani. Let's start from the bottom.
Yeah.
What's the name of your business or your company? And what do you guys do?
So the company is called Dorsal Media.
Okay.
Dorsal Media, like the shark, the fin of a shark. Dorsal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are.
I'm going to say yeah, like I know, but I don't. So like a fin of a.
The fin of a shark.
It's called dorsal.
It's a dorsal
It's
fin.
a dorsal. I knew that.
Yeah.
Sheila.
It's a dorsal.
I mean, everybody knows
Yeah.
that.
Everyone knows this.
Everybody knows. I hang out with sharks.
Even the dropouts.
I
know
hang out
this.
with sharks,
Yeah,
bro.
even the
Come on.
dropouts know that.
Even the dropouts.
Yeah.
She hangs out with a bunch of sharks.
And also my boyfriend is a fisherman,
Yeah.
so
Exactly.
ananiambia hii doso mazee inashinde kipip kutoka kwa maji. Yeah.
That one. Exactly. Yeah. So we're a marketing startup.
Yeah.
And we basically are focused on marketing technology. So the insight there was that I saw this Facebooks and Twitters coming up and making a load from marketing.
Yeah.
And basically that advised me into what value lies in that industry. So I basically just said, I'm going to go and do it. I was a solo entrepreneur for about 4 years.
Yeah.
And just the year before this is when I actually started hiring a team, putting guys together.
Yeah.
But before that, I was just a solo guy. Going to pitches.
Yeah.
Making sure that, improving my product, improving how I pitch, how I communicate. So really that's been what the business is about.
Yeah.
So we're focused on marketing tech. And the billboard is a good example of that.
Yeah.
But we have a lot more coming in 2021.
Yeah.
Which I'll be excited to share once it's ready for the market.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break, 16 minutes past 9 a.m. Kevin, I don't know whether you heard him. He said marketing technology.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear your thoughts about, because you are talking about marketing technology, and there's still people who are using, I don't know if you see, there's this House of Leather people who are always working with
Guerrilla marketing.
My guy.
Ameka hapo kwa roundabout na mosquitoes.
Wanatembea a squad of like 30 people in a billboard in a sema shop at House of Leather.
Yeah.
Maybe they need your services.
They do. They definitely
Marketing
do.
technology.
Yeah.
So those are the kinds of businesses that we actually help.
All right. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Catch the vibes on air and online.
All right, so we're having a very dope conversation with the one and only Ted Opiyo. Ted is a CEO and founder of a marketing company. Marketing. You guys market technology. What's your company's name again, bro?
Dorsal Media.
Dorsal Media. Dorsal
Yes.
Dorsal Media.
Your stuff, your shark.
Yes.
So let me ask you, when you said that you dropped out you were in campus first ulienda architecture, ukaona alafu uka decide kwenda kufanya marketing. What were your parents saying at this time?
Well, I'm lucky to have very supportive parents. So every time I had to make such a decision, we always had to sit down and decide how are we going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
So because you see, parents always like to see results.
Yeah.
Right? As much as they want you to be successful, it's really just about results.
Yeah.
So can you bring the results home? If you can bring the results home, then please continue because you're going in the right track.
Yeah.
But you're talking about results. The second time, the first time they can say, okay, fine, maybe architecture is not the thing.
Yeah.
The second time, they're like, okay, listen, I want to stop this marketing so I can go and start my marketing.
Yeah.
Well, they still are supportive.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
And it is still the same principle. I like my dad for this because he's a very consistent person.
Yeah.
He never changes his word, so I can always depend on that.
Yeah.
I can always depend on the fact that as long as I'm making a move for myself, we'll just sit down and discuss and say, okay, so what does success look like? Yeah. So if you're to follow this path, what is it going to look like if you're successful?
Yeah.
And what is it also going to look like if you're failing?
Yeah.
So that we know how to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Because you can't just be out there doing something, it's all in your head, but you're not actually making things happen around you.
Wow.
So let me ask you something. Clearly the stakes were very high.
Yeah.
How hard did you have to work?
Well, very hard.
Yeah. What are we talking about here? What does hard mean?
Well, for me, first hard work starts in your head, right? You first have to understand your own weaknesses, your own strengths.
Yeah.
And that in itself was a very hard journey.
Yeah.
Of just discovering what are you good at, what are you bad at, what can you delegate because you're not the best at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So really that is the first level of work I've had to really put in. And the second level of work is now just physical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now where you just have to show up everywhere. Now when I was saying that I was the only founder,
Yeah.
I was literally the everything of it.
Did you have a plan by the time you were dropping out? You hadn't even decided on the path.
Well, once I figured out, I just had an idea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and that was a lot because at that point I don't even think I had an idea because I remember when I was leaving high school.
Yeah.
And we just come from prize giving day. I was telling my best friend.
Yeah.
That as soon as we leave this place, I just want to get an idea.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know what it is these guys are out here doing.
Yeah.
So I just want to get an idea. So when I got into marketing, I did have an idea, and I was like, oh, so that's a big milestone for me because I didn't have an idea. I was like, so how do guys make money? Why do people walk around? Why are people so busy?
Yeah.
So I didn't have an idea of what that was.
Yeah.
But as soon as I left, I was in marketing. I saw the busyness. I saw the work. I was like, oh, so this is what it's about.
This is what keeps us busy.
Yeah, this is what guys are busy doing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so this is not a big deal. I can go do it myself.
Yeah.
And my dad is also an entrepreneur of that kind.
Yeah.
But he's an architect.
Okay.
So a lot of those principles were also taught to me. It's not just that I had to also discover a
By
lot.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah. So I also have very good mentors.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Who also kept me
On your path.
on my path. Yeah.
When I'm listening to your, you said you started the business. So you were doing marketing and you realized, okay, I want to be getting into the work.
Yeah.
But clearly you're cutting a niche for yourself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies out there doing marketing. What would make you stand out? How did you land on AI?
Okay, so when the journey was simple. So when I came into marketing, I wasn't thinking AI because this was 5 years ago. So I was just like, okay, so now I know I want to be in marketing.
Yeah.
And the things that advised my decision at that time were just how beautiful the marketing agencies were where I was going to pitch. So I was like, yeah, I like this industry.
Yeah.
Because all the offices are nice.
Yeah, marketing offices are
Yeah,
really proper.
like a lot
Yeah.
of marketing offices are nice, even the small ones. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this is nice. I like the industry. Either it has a lot of money, there was something.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just drawn to it.
Yeah.
So as I kept going, there's something you've said about niches. There's an interesting quote that says that the market chooses you and you don't choose the market. And typically when I'd go to a meeting and pitch whatever product I was trying to push, they'd always push me in the direction of innovation.
Yeah.
They'd say, well, this is a good idea, but we feel that this is a big problem that we actually have. So can you solve this other problem for us? And as I kept looking at my customers' problems and listening to what they were talking about, I came to learn that technology was the solution for all their problems.
Yeah.
So they were all asking, they were like, okay, so you have this static things. Can you make it digital, please?
Yeah, yeah.
But they did not particularly say, can you make it AI?
Yeah.
But they were like, can you make it digital? But they did not also have an understanding of what that digital looked like.
Yeah.
So it was up to me to now go back, think of that meeting and say, okay, so when they said digital, what did they actually mean?
Yeah.
Go deep into the research and things like that.
Yeah.
So with that progression, few clients, and then I come back and say, okay, so now I've tried to solve your problem. Does this solution work? They're like, well, this, but there's this problem, there's this problem, there's this problem. So it was just that every step I made, 4 other steps appeared.
Yeah.
So, and then that eventually now led to now the business of, oh, okay, so now doing research, a lot of guys now are saying, okay, so AI is the future.
Yeah.
So now customers are asking me if I know about AI, and I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm so focused on bringing what I've just delivered that they are now asking me the hard questions.
Yeah.
So they started to look at me as the guy who
As a
could
solution
solve
maker.
the problem.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
And that's now how I kind of now found myself in the niche.
Yeah.
Where the market literally knew how to direct me there. You just had to listen.
And you just had to be there.
Yeah, and you
because
just
if
had
you
to
were seated
presence.
out there saying,
Exactly.
I'm waiting for my moment,
Exactly.
you'd still be waiting.
Exactly.
Wow. I love this story. 28 minutes to 10 a.m. Una filaje. Hit us up on that hashtag Kwambox and Kev. Whatever questions you've got for Ted, who's in studio, anafanya amazing things. And if you want to see some of the work that he's done or he's doing, University way roundabout hapo. Ujione kwa hiyo kamera hiyo AI. Siku ya kwanza mazeni nilizunguka hiyo roundabout kamera nini. I'm like, there I am.
Again.
There I am. Yeah.
Could that be me?
Exciting.
Is that me? Is
Very
that my car?
exciting. Very
Yeah.
exciting.
But then,
Wow.
speaking of which, I think when we come back in a bit, I'm going to ask you, Ted, about the elephant in the room. That gig that you got with Safaricom. I don't know how they bumped into you, but you have to break it down because I know there's probably young guys who are like, man, if this dude can work with Safcom, I probably can
Hata
too.
mimi, kwani nini?
Yeah.
I'll
All right.
give them the keys.
Catch the vibes on air and online.
But here in studio, we're speaking to Ted Opiyo, and this guy is innovating. And you know, us as MVPs, we like people who are bringing innovation to the table. And so he entered the space. Yani, how many people do you know who do marketing?
Man, very few.
so many. But how many do you know who are incorporating AI?
That's what I'm saying, very few. Yeah.
So, Ted, when you decided, you know, you've got these ideas, you're going to meet clients, did you ever feel inferior because, you know, you're just one guy? While there are agencies there that are coming through with a battalion of marketers. Did you ever feel that? Because a lot of young people find themselves, you know, that you've decided marketing is my thing or architecture is my thing. I've decided to start my own company. But you play safe, unacheza chini kwa sababu unaona, company yangu haija reach that place fast. So siwezi enda ni approach Safaricom sahi kabla sija approach Safari Matchbox. Unanielewa? Like unataka kuji downgrade because you think like the company is not yet in. I don't have enough staff to say that, you know, I made it.
Well, to be honest, no.
Yeah?
No. However, my biggest issue while doing that was pitching and communicating. So I'd literally feel my nerves. But I just pitched through it.
Yeah.
You know? So while I wasn't afraid, I always just went for it.
Who's the hardest client you ever had to pitch to?
Safaricom.
Wow.
Had to be Safaricom, eh?
And not because of it was difficult.
Yeah.
Because it took 2 years
Wow. It took
No
2 years for
way.
you to get the meeting,
to get the job.
to get the job.
Yeah.
How many meetings are we talking about here?
Probably 6, 7.
Wow.
Yeah, through the 2
So
years.
how did they find you? What happened? How was the link?
Well, now the final link that worked
Yeah.
was I did not even see it coming.
Yeah.
But when I was pitching, because now you see Safaricom moves agencies a lot.
Yeah.
So you have to keep track. You're like, okay, so now they're with this company, they're with this agency. So you go there, you pitch to the agency, they make the introduction to clients. And then the conversation falls apart.
Yeah.
Then the Safaricom moves an agency. Then you have to keep up with that new agency.
Yeah.
And in this period, I'm also changing my product.
Yeah.
So it's almost like we were meeting at some point like of inflection.
You are not being static. You just kept improving yourself.
So while I'm also improving my business, I'm also pursuing them. So in the last meetings that now came to work, they actually were the ones who looked for me.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
So your persistence paid off.
Yeah. So now to the point now they look for me. Yeah. So that was maybe a lot of learning for me.
Yeah.
Where you just keep improving while keeping your sights of your vision wherever you want to go.
Clearly you have a direction of what there's so much more coming through. I don't even want you to talk about what the future looks like. As we wrap up, what's the biggest lesson you've learned in your about 5 years entrepreneurship journey?
Yeah. I say stay focused. Yeah. Never give up.
Yeah.
Never give up. And the quote there is losers never win.
Yeah. Winners never quit.
And winners never quit. Quitters never.
Yeah.
You get it.
Dude, final question, yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you think is the biggest opportunity for young Kenyans in this era?
Now.
And where should their attention be?
Technology.
Okay.
And that's my bias. However, the better answer to that question for the listeners is that do what drives you. Find your passion within you, because that's where the biggest opportunity for you is.
Wow. Yeah.
It's not about what everyone is talking about. It's about what's inside you. When you're listening to someone else, it's what you're hearing, not what they're saying. It's really just about that. It's about you before it's about everyone else.
I like that.
So look within you, because that's where your biggest opportunity is. There's nothing for everyone.
Dope.
So find yours within you.
Thank you so much, Ted, for coming through and sharing with us this story. Yesterday we had David and Moses here.
Yeah.
These guys have taught themselves robotics. And I remember Moses said, I asked him, have you trained people in this thing? Because they're making robots and controlling the car with their minds. And he said, a lot of them come, but they drop out. And he said, this thing, it needs to be inside you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're listening, MVPs, but this is yet another powerful interview. And I hope you've learned something. Ted, thank you so much for coming through.
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.